Cameroon is on the brink. Just days after the 2025 presidential elections, the nation has erupted, streets filled with angry protesters, police firing tear gas and water cannons, and a political showdown that could reshape Central Africa forever. For 43 years, President Paul Biya has ruled Cameroon with an iron grip. But now, a new opposition figure, Issa Bakari, is challenging that power like never before. So today, we dig into what is happening in Cameroon, why tensions have exploded, and what this means for the future of democracy in Africa. Stay with me because what is coming up will shock you to the marrow, and Africa needs to stand up to save Cameroon, as many people have already confirmed dead in what is happening right now. You are watching First Africa Voice, where we tell Africa stories raw, real, and without filters. If you want the real stories that shape Africa, the ones mainstream media won't tell you, hit that subscribe button now. Join First Africa Voice and be the first to know, the first to understand, and the first to see the Africa others don't show you. Don't just watch, be part of First Africa Voice. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name is Paul Biya. Now, let's dive into the story and break it down together. The Constitutional Council of Cameroon declared Paul Biya winner of over 53% of the vote, but that decision cannot be appealed. Opposition candidate Issa Bakari, who earlier declared himself the winner, says the ruling does not reflect the people's choice. His supporters have hit the streets, blocking roads, burning ties, clashing with riot police in Douala. At least 6 people have reported dead since the protests began. Meanwhile, in Paul Biya's strongholds, some actually celebrated, a clear reminder of how deeply divided Cameroon is today. 43 years in power, the people are tired. Paul Biya has ruled since 1982. To many young Cameroonians, he is the only president they have ever known. Claimed his government has brought them nothing, and that frustration is now reaching a boiling point. Opposition figures insist the election was rigged. Prominent politician Akere Muna condemned the process, saying the Constitutional Council is nothing more than the rubber stamp of a tyranny. He pointed to impossible voter turnout in English-speaking regions, areas that have been in violent conflict with separatists since 2017. How can people vote freely in towns under military siege? Another candidate, Tumaino Indam Njoya, declared this was not an election, it was a confiscation of the people's choice. But not everyone in the opposition agrees. Cabralebe, who finished third, congratulated Paul Biya, a move some see as a political strategy or surrender. So what happens next? International concern. The European Union has expressed deep concern about what it calls excessive use of force. They are urging dialogue before things escalate further, because Cameroon is not just any nation, it is a key supplier of oil and cocoa. Instability here could shake the region politically and economically. And let's not forget, the Anglophone separatist war continues in the West, a disputed election on top of an existing conflict. This is a recipe for a long post-election showdown. Now, the nation is on the edge. Right now, cities like Douala are strangely silent. Rain has pushed protesters away, but not their anger. What should Africa do? African institutions must urgently step in before Cameroon's situation escalates into a full-scale national breakdown. The African Union and Central African Regional Bloc should deploy high-level mediation teams to engage both President Paul Biya's government and the opposition in direct dialogue. This must focus on de-escalating street violence, preventing further casualties, and guaranteeing the protection of the fundamental political freedoms. Cameroon is at a crossroads. The next few days and weeks could determine the country's future forever. If you care about real news from Africa, stories ignored by mainstream media, then you are in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share this video to keep the conversation alive. Your support helps us amplify the African voice. Let the world know what is really happening. Cameroon's people demand change, but a powerful system refuses to move. Will the protest force a political shift, or will Paul Biya's nearly half-century in power continue untouched? One thing is certain, the world is finally watching Cameroon, and the silence is over. This story is still unfolding. Stay tuned and stay informed. This is First Africa Voice, telling African story with power. See you in the next video. Until next time, think for Africa, stand for Africa, and keep your voice loud. Well, the dew of the day has crept upon our thought, and nature must obey its necessity. Here is where we bring down the curtains. Until we meet again, my name is Paul Biya, the Africa Orator.